Welcome back to another episode of Politically Correct, Incorrect. I'm your host, NH Slapdooney, and today I'm gonna piss black people off. Why? Because I'm tired of seeing, reading all over social media, every post about black power this, black pride that, black this, black that, black upliftment, black enlightenment, and everything is horribly spelled. There's no kind of grammar, no structure, no syntax, no horrible spelling. It's like somebody just freaking took a whole bunch of letters, shook them up in a bowl and threw them out and just said, let them fall where they lay. I hate reading posts on Facebook, Twitter, wherever. I hate reading memes about the greatness of black folks and the upliftment of black folks and enlightenment of black folks and the forward progress of black folks, while every post is riddled with mistakes and grammatical errors that send you back to post-slavery days. Forget that, pre-slavery days. I mean, what's the problem? You know how they say the revolution will not be televised? Shoot, the revolution will not even be written. Why? Because black folks can't read. Why can't they read? Because they won't take the time to read. Because they're going to go ahead and spell things however they want to spell it, read however they want to read. They're not even going to read. They're going to spell things how they want to spell it. The only thing they're going to be reading is reading whatever's on their phone, their computers, texts, whatever, and that's it. And guess what? They're going to be spelled with these uppercase, lowercase letters, every other letter, and changing the G's to the Q's and backwards and all this other stuff is ridiculous. It's like you're reading code nowadays. I mean, what? Are we saying that we're geniuses and we write in code and we can understand code? Hell no. This is the English language. It's the standard English language. It's the same here. It is the same over there. It's the same across the sea. The standard English language. What makes it so hard that we're not able to read and write correctly the proper language that we are living in? I don't understand. Like just yesterday, I was at my dad's church, and there was this girl, I think she was like maybe 12, 13 years old, and she was talking to an elderly lady at the church, and she kept telling the lady, look, I'm a germophobic. Finally, after my ears bleeding from hearing this error, I had to correct her. I'm like, look, you gotta choose one. You're either gonna be, I'm a germaphobe, or you're gonna say, I'm germophobic. You can't say I'm a germophobic. It is not the right tense of how you're using that word. It's ridiculous. You know what she had to tell me? Oh, who asked you? I'm trying to help you out, so when you go out here to speak with all these other people, you know how to speak proper English so they can actually understand what the hell you're saying, so they can take you seriously. Who's going to take you seriously if the land that you live in, you can't even read their language, you can't write their language, you can't speak their language properly? How do you think you're going to effectively get your message across? You're not only dealing with other people of your kind, you're dealing with a melting pot of different races, different groups, different people. So guess what? We need to have one standard of language that is equal across the board. That, look, this is English, this is what you capitalize, this is what you lowercase, this is where the apostrophe goes, this is where commas, periods, whatever. This is the right sentence structure, this is how you do it. Plain and simple. But no. Why? I guess we feel we're too good for that. We just go by our own rules. We do whatever we want to do. And I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of reading it. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I'm sick and tired of trying to... Some of these posts, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm pretty sure some of you feel this way, but some of these posts you'll be like, oh wow, man, it's a really good post and I really would like to share it. But the errors in the post will make me look bad. Not only will it make me look bad, but it'll make the rest of us look bad. And then I actually gone on social media trying to help several people that put up posts, and I try to help them, correct them, like, hey, you got this misspelled, hey, that, and I get attacked. Why? Oh, it's just a post. No. You are sending a message. If you are sending a message of, hey, look, we are intellectuals. Hey, we can do things. Hey, we could do things the right way. Hey, we can excel. We can be superior, not inferior. Then we have to do things in a superior fashion. We have to do things in the correct fashion. We have to spell correctly. We have to write correctly. We have to use proper sentence structure. That is what we have to do. We have to speak standard English. Okay, if it's just me, between you and me and my homeboys, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be lax on the language and I'm gonna say whatever and I'm gonna be talking all kinds of slangs, ebonics, whatever. Who cares? But when it comes to social media, when it comes to sending a message across the globe, because social media is not just locally within your neighborhood or your block. No, that's global. So as soon as you put something up there, it's global for the whole world to see. Shoot, it might be universal, so even aliens out in space can see it. Who knows? I don't know. But just to say, but this is the representation that you're giving us people. This is the us people. You see? That's the gift. That's the representation you're giving our people. You're saying we're illiterate, we're dumb, we cannot read, we cannot write, we have no grasp of the English language, we cannot do anything correctly. And then you know what most of these people are doing is out there posting all these stuff and say rah black folks and all this other stuff, but everything is riddled with errors. You think they're reading? Are they reading books? No, they're not reading books. You think they're reading an encyclopedia or a dictionary or a novel or fiction? No, you think they're reading any of that? No, they're not reading any of that. What are they reading? Tabloid crap online about whatever's happening in the industry, from allhiphop.com to what's the other another garbage site? I forget the other one I used to go to, or Hip Hop DX. I hate Hip Hop DX. Real garbage, real biased, and you can tell them I said it. And I've went on allhiphop.com, I went on Hip Hop DX. It's like, okay, if this is where black folks are going to read, let me at least help these sites out with their proofreading. And I try to assist them and like, hey, look, you got some errors here, boom, 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 and I still get attacked. It's like, look, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help us out. Help us look better. Why can't we have a better grasp of what we're doing? Why can't we be able to say that, look, yes, we're black. Yes, we still can speak English. We can still write English. We can read English. We are very literate. We are educated, not educated, but we're educated. We're scholarly, and we're not stupid. But no, just like Tommy likes to say, the smart black ones, the ones that are educated, the one that's trying to say, well, look, this is a standard of living, the standard that everyone should abide by, are revered as, not revered, but as looked at as coons. They're downgraded. I mean, yeah, I remember even when I was in school, I'm going up to the public school system, started from the elementary school all the way to senior high. From the elementary school system, before black folks got to me, started telling me that I talk white or I sound white, it was the government system itself, the school system itself. Every year, my emergency contact card will come back telling me that I'm white. I don't know how many of you remember filling out an emergency contact card when you went through public school. But in elementary school, I received my emergency contact card, and it would say that I'm white. Teacher, like she's supposed to do, in the front of the class, say if there's any errors on your emergency contact card, scratch it out, write it in, turn it in, and it'll be fixed. Every year, I'd scratch off W, mark B for black, turn it in. Next year, comes back, white. White. Maybe I don't know if they were just trying to tell me, no, you're not black, you're white, according to your scores. Because I mean, according to the paperwork on paper, my test scores, my reading level, my gifted programs, my advanced programs. Oh, this dude had to be white. Living in the area that he was in, the way he was scoring amongst the people around him, he had to be white. So maybe it was some kind of a conditioning they were trying to do. I don't know, who cares? It didn't work, because every year I fought back and said, no, I am not white, I'm black. I am not white, I'm black. I am not white, I'm black. And then so eventually that fell away, and what replaced it was my own black peers, students, other black students. Oh, you talk white. Oh, you sound white. Oh, why are you reading? Oh, that looks dumb. Hey, I don't talk white, I just talk English. English is not a color. English is not even really a language, but for the sake of this argument, we'll go ahead and say English is just a language. It is not a color. And yes, I speak English. I speak proper English. I don't speak the Queen's English because we modified it when it came over here to the Americas. But I still speak standard English. And what's wrong with standard English? Standard meaning equal across the board. This is the basis. This is what it is for everyone. This is what the rules are for standard English, so no one can be confused. But we find it so hard to abide just by the standard English. We have to make up our own broken English. And anybody that speaks anything but the broken English is speaking white, is speaking proper, is all outside of the norm, is a coon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I like to be able to read and understand what I'm reading. I'm sorry if I would like to be able to communicate with someone and they can understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I like to be able to speak properly. I'm sorry if I like to enunciate my words. I'm sorry. Then again, no, I'm not sorry. You should be sorry. You are sorry because you're a pitiful excuse for a human being. If you can't even grasp the human language, English language, you can't grasp it, read it, write it, understand it, speak it properly. I'm not talking about SAT English. No, I'm not talking about SAT English. I'm talking about conversational English. I'm talking about standard English. Subject, predicate, nouns, you know, past, present, future, and all this, the past, present, tense, and every. This revolution that black folks want to talk about, that they post on social media, that they revere and uphold and they just cheer on, it won't happen. Well, if it's not going to be televised and it can't be written since black folk are illiterate, what's going to be the revolution? Is it going to be word of mouth? More than likely. But what kind of revolution will it be if it's going to be word of mouth? Because you know the game telephone, one person say one thing, by the time it reaches 10 person, they're saying something completely different. So black folks need to learn how to read and write and speak properly so they can convey the same message to each other without messing it up at the bare minimum. But that's just how I feel. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Now I understand there's some people that have learning disabilities. I understand that with the current school climate, especially with the Common Core and everything, and they're not teaching students phonetics when it comes to reading. They're not teaching phonetics. They're teaching them to learn words as far as like these letters together make this word, but they're not teaching them to sound it out. They're not teaching phonetics. And I partially blame the system, and I put the other part of the blame on the home. Because whatever the school's not doing for your child to be able to succeed, you should be doing it at home. You got to pick up the slack at home. Because guess what? You as a black person, you're already sending your child to the enemy's school system, the enemy's educational facility, where they are indoctrinating them with what they need, what they feel they want to indoctrinate your child with, what they feel is important for your child to be better suited to suit the needs of the government. Not to suit their own needs, but suit the needs of the government. So, with that being said, if you want your child to do more than what they're so-called accomplishing, you have to challenge them more. You have to add more to what is being done than what the school system is doing for your child, personally. And P.S., when I was talking about the school thing and how my black peers would be the ones to say, oh, you're talking white, you sound white or anything, I never had that problem with my white peers, my Hispanic peers, whether they're Cuban, Puerto Rican, or Mexican. I only had it with the blacks. Black, Haitian, Jamaican, whatever you want to call it, they're still black. But I only had it with the blacks. I've had Haitian blacks say it, I had black blacks say it. It's like, oh, you talk white, you sound white. I guess it's just something amongst the black culture where anything outside of the vernacular that black people use in the streets is considered cooning, is considered white. I don't know. Maybe that's just what it is. At the end of the day, something needs to be done, but I'm not going to be the one to do it. I got to take care of my own. And you got to take care of your own. And if any of you have kids that are watching, you need to watch your kids. Take care of yours too. I'm NH Slapdooney signing out for TLE TV. This has been Politically Incorrect.